Well, Grant, thank you. I appreciate that, the nice introduction. I should also thank the NFL for giving the Steelers a bye this week. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had anybody here today. Anyways, it's great to be here with the mayor. Bill, thank you for everything you've done. You were wonderful when we had you in New York for our mayor's training program 2 years ago, although I pointed out to somebody you didn't have a beard then. This is a new thing. Anyways, we're here with Mayor Peduto to talk about an urgent challenge facing Pittsburgh and the whole world, and that's climate change. Mayors they really can't ignore the risks that we face from climate change because their constituents are already feeling the effects, and they do expect City Hall to take action. When someone's child is suffering from asthma because of dirty air, or their streets flood in a storm, they don't call their member of Congress, they call the mayor. Mayors understand that cutting carbon emissions is good for their cities. It makes those cities a better place to live and a better place to work. Think about it. Energy efficiency saves taxpayers money. Mass transit and bike lanes help people get around. Parks make cities more attractive places to live, to work, and to raise kids. And reducing traffic improves economic productivity. All of these steps also clean the air, which help people live longer and healthier lives. And they help cities attract new residents and businesses create more jobs. What's not to like about that? I think Pittsburgh is a great example of a city that is benefiting from smart climate policies. The economy here is growing, and the environment is greener than it has been in decades. I remember coming here, Mr. Mayor, many years ago, you could not see across the streets. What a change. It's really quite amazing and so much better for the people and for the world. Today, more than 13,000 Pittsburgh residents work in renewable energy, and Pittsburgh is a global leader in that industry. And we've had similar experiences in New York City. We were able to cut carbon emissions by nearly 20% in just 6 years, while at the same time creating a record number of jobs. So fighting climate change and growing the economy really go hand in hand. Mayors across the country understand that, even though the White House and Congress clearly do not. Last year, when President Trump announced his intention to pull out of the Paris Climate Agreement, he said he wanted to help cities like Pittsburgh, not Paris. Well, he could not have been more wrong, and your mayor quickly corrected him. Bill stood up and said what hundreds of mayors around the country have said. We are still committed to the goals of the Paris Agreement. We're going to meet it no matter what Washington does. That response from mayors, from CEOs and communities led Bloomberg Philanthropies to team up with California Governor Jerry Brown to organize everyone who remains committed to the Paris Agreement, an effort we call America's Pledge. It also inspired us at Bloomberg Philanthropies to produce a documentary about all the bottom-up progress these groups are making, even without any help from Washington. The movie is called Paris to Pittsburgh, and it tells the story of leaders from across the U.S. who are combating climate change in their own backyards. And on December 3rd, several mayors from across the U.S. will screen the film in their cities ahead of the global broadcast premiere. But for you, we have right now a sneak premiere for 60 seconds.
The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord. I was elected to represent the citizens of Pittsburgh, not Paris.
We're seeing cities and companies and individuals saying we are still in, even with the president pulling us out.
I continue to be shocked at how close the water is approaching.
The worst thing is to think that that reality will repeat.
Everything just liquefied. To not be able to save anything, it was just really hard.
Doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, you have a role to play.
This is the start of us taking control of our future.
We, the people, need to take action. Our lives are at stake here.
Thank you. As you just saw, Bill is one of the stars of the movie. I'm going to ask for your autograph after this. And today I'm glad to announce that Pittsburgh is one of the winners of the competition that we created called the American Cities Climate Challenge. And I want to tell you a little bit of how it works. Our foundation invited the 100 largest cities in the U.S. to come up with bold plans for cutting carbon emissions. We promised to pick the best of the bunch and provide each city with more than $2.5 million in resources to help implement their plans. We were looking for cities not only with ambitious goals, but also realistic plans for reaching them and strong mayoral leadership to get jobs done. The response could not have been more positive. Cities all around the country, with both Democratic and Republican mayors, submitted applications, and we've already announced our first several winners: Seattle, Atlanta, Los Angeles, San Jose, San Diego, and Portland. And today we're glad to add Pittsburgh to the winner's circle, along with 3 other cities. Yes, you can applaud yourself. The 3 other cities are Philadelphia, Boston, and Washington, D.C. And I wanted to congratulate all of these cities in this award and thank you for them for their leadership. Now, even though the decisions that have the most influence over greenhouse gases are made by cities, states, and businesses, not the federal government, that doesn't mean we can let Congress get away with doing nothing. This really is serious. Republicans in Washington have buried their heads in the sand on this issue, and many others too. So I've decided to spend a lot of money helping Democrats win control of the House and the Senate. And I encourage all of you to go out and vote for candidates who will take action on climate change. Because as we've seen in Pittsburgh, with the right leadership, we really can win this fight. And I believe that we really will. So let me again thank Mayor Peduto for everything he has done here in Pittsburgh and congratulate all 4 winning cities on the awards. Mayor, would you say a few words?
Certainly.